Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. We've got a lot to unpack in this video and some big updates for you guys, so I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, today we're going to jump into a bunch of different things. I got some updates for you guys on different projects that we've covered on our channel, some big news that's going on today and this week and so on. So I want to cover that in this video. I want to also give you an update on Bitcoin and what's going on with it. So let's jump into it here. So the current crypto total market cap is 2.2 trillion. Right now, Bitcoin, as of this recording, around 62,000. So we're still, kind of range bound right now. I'm waiting for October to happen. I'm hoping that's going to happen here in the next few weeks. Usually there's not a whole lot going on the first couple weeks in October, and then historically in the past, it doesn't mean it's going to, but towards the end of the month we start taking off towards making new all-time highs. So we'll have to see here. We're getting down to almost the halfway mark in the month here, so hopefully over the next few weeks we see some more upward momentum here, but we haven't really seen a big dump yet, so that's good. 60,000 has been holding. Hopefully it continues to hold, but I would expect, like I said, potentially one last correction before we take off, but that may or may not happen. If we go to the Bitcoin chart here, we're still in this range. I'm hoping we break out of this range. That's what we really need to do and make this our support level instead of our resistance, and hopefully we don't break down in here. So far so good, and just got to hope for some bullish momentum here, and I think it's not going to take a whole lot to push us up above here and start busting out with new all-time highs hopefully here soon over the next few months. That's kind of what I'm waiting on. There's some other things in this video I want to cover for sure, because I think these things need to happen before we're going to get that big alt season that we're looking for. So if we go into the Bitcoin dominance chart here, you can see we've just been climbing with Bitcoin and climbing up since September of 2022. Basically we've been on an upward trend with Bitcoin dominance since then. So Bitcoin's just been dominating the market, and usually the people who have been in crypto for a very long time, who have made a ton of money, they usually stay in Bitcoin and ride this all the way up, and then pretty soon they'll start seeing I think Benjamin Cohen and he's waiting for around 60% Bitcoin dominance before he'll probably start flipping his Bitcoin into alts for the alt dominance to happen, because he thinks that once we reach 60%, that we'll start to see Bitcoin dominance come back down and start to have an alt season into 2025. But hopefully that will happen. Hopefully his prediction is true on that. So if you're interested in learning more about Bitcoin dominance, you can go to Benjamin Cohen's YouTube channel. He does some excellent videos on Bitcoin dominance, why it's important, why historically he's watched Bitcoin dominance and as his factor for determining when we're going to have a true alt season and all that, and when it's time to flip your profits from Bitcoin alts and so on. I don't play that game. I just try to buy alts while they're cheap, like I've been doing, and then when they take off, that's when I'll start cashing out. I don't like maybe once I have more funds and profits realized, hopefully from this bull run, I'll maybe try this next cycle and kind of ride Bitcoin up from there, and then maybe move it into some safer altcoins. But I just want to keep putting my money into alts, and accumulating as much of those as I can before the bull run happens. Everybody has a little different strategy. They pretty much play it safe, and most of these big players, they're mostly in Bitcoin anyways, so to them it's not a big deal to stay in it because it's a long-term hold for them. And eventually, hopefully I'll have the same kind of situation for me as well. Right now I'm trying to make the most profits out of this bull run as possible. Hopefully everything goes well and it works out for me. You just never know what's going to happen. So let's get into some updates for some projects right now as well. But I think once Bitcoin breaks above this 60% level, like Benjamin Cohen's thinking it will over the next few months, hopefully, that's when we'll start to see the and it could break that 60% when it makes a new all-time high. All it's going to take is one big candle, which can happen easily within a week's period. So we'll just wait for that to happen. Hopefully it does, but we'll see what happens. So as far as updates, I talked about Zap, I think in yesterday's video. They are launching today, so as of this video, they will have launched, and they're launching not only on Bybit, but they're launching also on Gate.io. They're also launching on Uniswap, I believe, and they're also launching on Aerodrome, I guess. That's what was posted in their Discord as well, I think by the CEO or the founder. So it sounds like they're launching on Uniswap and Aerodrome as well. Aerodrome's the DEX for the Base network because it is on Base. So if you want to add this to your wallet, the contract address is right here on CoinGecko, and you have to switch your MetaMask or your Trust Wallet or whatever to Base network to add that token. So keep that in mind. So if you can't trade on Bybit or Gate.io, you could trade, potentially on Uniswap or Aerodrome. I have a Bybit account, but I don't see the deposit option for Zap yet. I'm hoping it appears before it launches. As of this recording, it's like 12 hours before the launch or so. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to deposit my Zap on Bybit to sell it, or if I'm going to have to use one of those DEXs. We'll have to see what they decide to do with it. They may not allow deposits, which is kind of crappy, but it is what it is. So if you go to their X page here, they've got 200,000 followers, but they talk about the Zap listing time frame, October 9th, which is today, 10 a.m. UTC time, which is like 6 a.m. Eastern time on Bybit. It's also launching the same time on Gate.io, it looks like. It says, I guess it says, 10 a.m. UTC time, but these are also doing like IDOs. I think Bybit's doing an IDO sale, and Gate.io is doing some kind of $30,000 Zap airdrop. For their GT token holders. So that is going on as well. They're doing some airdrops and that. So I'm expecting some of those selling pressure from those airdrops, as well as people who are selling from their nodes like me. I'm going to be selling my tokens because I think it's going to dump, and I want to try to get as much out of those tokens as I can before it dumps really hard. And not financial advice, guys. It's just my personal thought on what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong on that, so keep that in mind, but that's what I think is going to happen here. So I'll update you on that and how that goes as well. And for those of you who bought the Zap nodes, you should be able to trade on Uniswap or Aerodrome in your MetaMask or Trust Wallet or whatever you're using. Maybe you're using your Base wallet. I don't know what you're using for it, but that's kind of how I'm going to play the game with this one. So another update is Orion, which is also that they're merging, and they're actually going to become Lumia. I talked about this in my Lumia video recently. That's going to happen on the 15th. So the price right now, it actually has had a pretty big correction from like $1. I think it got up to like $1.50. Yeah, $1.50 here just like a week or so ago. Almost $1.60, and it's come down like 30% or so. Had a fairly good correction on it right now. I think in anticipation of that launch of the Lumia token, people are selling because of that. So I was hoping the price was going to stay up because I would like to sell some of my Lumia when I'm able to claim it, but I think I'm going to have to hold it for 90 days. Otherwise I'm going to get a penalty if I sell it sooner than that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this, but I'm expecting hopefully Orion to get well into. If you look at what it got up to last bull run, it got up to like $28 or something crazy. I don't think it'll get that high again, but I'm hoping it gets to maybe $10 or $15 potentially. We'll see what happens, but the supply is going to be bigger, so that's one thing you have to keep in mind. And it just depends on what they do with that project. It sounds like they're going to be doing some crazy things with that new DEX that they're going to have, where you can actually trade from basically any exchange, including like Binance and others, right in your decentralized your cold or hot storage wallet. Sounds like you'd be able to, like if you got a MetaMask or whatever, it sounds like you'd be able to use the Lumia swap that they're going to have and swap tokens from exchanges like Binance and not even have to KYC or anything with them. So it's really unique what they're planning on doing, and I think it'll do, if they can do what they're claiming they're going to do, it's going to be very, very successful project, I think, anyways. So if you go to Lumia's X page, they have quite a big following, 235,000, and there's a lot of big KOLs following this project, a lot of influencers. This was supported by Binance, so Binance Support is huge, And I think this is because Binance is going to be working with them for this DEX that they're launching. It's kind of like a, I forget what they called it. It's like a DEX and a centralized exchange mixed into one, where you'll be able to, use liquidity from other exchanges that you normally would not have access to if you're in certain areas. So if you're in the United States, you still be able to use their DEX inside of your wallet and trade coins from Binance in the DEX. So that's really cool. So even if you can't get access to Binance, it sounds like you still be able to trade with Binance tokens through the Lumia swap feature that hopefully be coming out soon with this project. So I covered this in another video. Binance will support the Orion Orion mainnet swap rebranding to Lumia. They're going to be supporting that, and that is on the 15th. So that's coming up here in just like 6 days, so less than a week from now. So keep that in mind. I think that's next Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that, and just be aware of that happening. For those of you who bought the Lumia hypernodes, I think that hopefully this will pay off really well down the road for us once we get into the bull run here. So another news here, Crypto.com received a Wells notice from the SEC. So the SEC served Crypto.com, believe it or not, with a Wells notice. Like I said, the Biden administration has been extremely hostile towards crypto. So I'm really hoping that Harris does not win. It looks like Trump has the lead in the election currently, but that can change. We still have a few weeks to go before the election, like 3 weeks. So anything could happen before then, but right now Trump has like a 6-point lead in the polls. So at least in the poly market polls, which seem to be the most accurate because those are the betting polls. So we'll have to see. But this nonsense needs to absolutely stop. And if Trump gets in, he's going to put a stop to this crap with the SEC. Because it's just a hostile environment for crypto and it's not good. So we may not see any bullish action until after the election if Trump wins, and then we hopefully go to Mars with crypto because of him winning. If Harris wins, I don't know how well crypto is going to do, because it really just depends on how negative that they're going to be towards crypto and hostile. The talks of a 40% unrealized capital gains tax for the extremely rich, that's where it starts. That stops big investors from investing, in my opinion. But I don't want to get into politics too much here. It's just the fact that Trump has been very pro-crypto, where her administration has not been. So I think it's better off for crypto if Trump were to get in. I think it's going to be better for Bitcoin and the bull run if he gets in. Crypto.com also basically here they filed a lawsuit against the SEC. In a statement issued the same day, the firm noted that they took action to protect the future of the crypto industry in the U.S. and taking a stand alongside other crypto firms. Within the announcement, they also noted Derivatives North America is filing a petition with the CFTC and the SEC to verify crypto derivatives projects regulation. For now, improper SEC enforcement actions are part of the process of operating a legitimate licensed crypto business in the United States. The exchange said, although the move is unprecedented for Crypto.com, the company assured actions by that agency towards our industry have left us no other choice. So that is pretty much the situation. These exchanges are having no other choice but to go after the SEC and sue them because it's been clearly stated multiple times in the hearings with our government, with Congress, even by members of the SEC, saying that they were wrong in saying that crypto coins were considered securities. They admitted they were wrong in court or in the hearings with the Congress on that. So I don't even know why they're going after Crypto.com. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just they're going to lose their stupid case anyways, just based off of what they've said in hearings with Congress. So it's really stupid that they've done this. So we're going to jump into this indicator here, the Pi Cycle Top. I've covered this on my channel before a few times. We are still spreading outward away from each other with the two moving averages here. This is a sign that we are nowhere near the top of this bull run, and until these two lines get close to each other like they have in the past, so they've actually physically touched at each peak in the bull run so far, at least the first peak in the last cycle they touched, or came, basically they just touched. I think they'll come really close to touching, but not actually touch, but really, really close to touching this cycle. They may not actually touch, physically touch, but right now they're spreading apart from each other, which is a sign that we're nowhere near the top of the cycle. Hopefully this holds true to the previous cycles, and we go into a massive bull run here. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out, but I'm going to keep an eye on this chart as we get into the cycle here. So those are the updates for this video, guys. I just want to get some updates out for you guys and let you guys know what's going on with crypto and things that I've covered on my channel recently and other projects that I've covered in the past. That's all I've got for this video. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me.